Hey there, Scouts, Moonskin, Ryan the Chinchilla, back once again with Doki Doki Literature Club. Don't know how you guys responded to this. I'm literally recording it right after I recorded the first one. So, if you remember last time, we joined the Literature Club, and now we're walking home with... I can't remember her name. Anyways, without the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, UPS. Sorry, UPS just appeared outside the window that I'm at right now. And of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. All right. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I highly doubt that, because it never happens. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Okay, oh, it's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, that's actually... This is where the actual gameplay comes in. I just realized, yeah, we didn't actually do any gameplay in the last playthrough. It was literally looking at the storyline. Oh my gosh, okay. Now we actually get to do something. Okay. Boop. Let's go captive. Determination. Infinite. Landscape. Shiny, pure, bubbles, disarray, sadness. Papa. Headphone. Papa. Unending. Adventure. That's what I realized. Why is there only 3 of them? Which one's missing? Is it Monica? Or special, philosophy, rain cloud. Gotta go with vivid. Entropy, milk. I'm gonna go with unstable. Fickle. Pickle. Pickle. Why did I have to say that like directly into the microphone? I don't know. Clouds. Heaven sent. Use chocolate now. Question. What if there's like, it put like all the words just as its own poem, like it wasn't like any fillers in between, it was literally just like choosing words like purple, dog, pancake, chocolates. That's a great poem! Anyways. Uncanny, comfort, together, giggle. I need to stop. What does that even mean? What is that? I want to look it up, but I don't want to waste time. I can't find anything on it. It literally just comes up with the game. I just did question right, so I'm gonna go with whisper. Cheer. Memories back to the childhood. Essence. Unrestrained. Okay, I'm coming back with my poem. Hi again, Brandon. I'm gonna make her like a higher pitched voice. I don't know about the others though. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Those laughs are so forced, by the way. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. Still don't know how to read. I was literally just choosing words. That's why I was just choosing words. I would flip through a dictionary, just chose words. That explains a lot. Okay. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Brandon. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Yeah, I could see how that's a problem. That's what I did with breakdance. I literally went into it. I was like, I don't know anything about dancing. Let's go. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Is that a threat? Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. I feel like that's what I would be saying. Natsuki finds herself being stuck between saying Monica and manga. Monica, manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Brandon always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's just because your room is so messy and it's so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? Yeah, it was. Almost died. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Brandon can become good friends too. Sayori? Boy! As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she's just put me into. Oh! You even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? What? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? I want to know. Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What did I do? Oh. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't... Oh, I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me. No, stop that. I'm trying to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Car. Is that for sale? Yeah, I won't make a big deal of it if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might like, that you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. Hell yeah! This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? I don't know. I don't know, Brandon. Maybe it's because you're something called desperate. Okay, I gotta stop messing around this much. Somebody's gonna die in this. I already know this. I don't actually know that somebody's gonna die, but I feel like that's what's gonna end up happening. She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you! I'll definitely read this. Seriously though, if somebody picks out a book for me, I'd be like... You're awesome. I enthusiastically take the book. Third try. Whew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Oh, that's right. Is that it? No, there's somebody else. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki. Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. Catch a glimpse of the cover of the book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Music change! Ah. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. Probably. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet up for a split second. I hate that feeling where you're kind of just glancing across the room and like you meet eyes with somebody and you're just like... Because I normally just like scan faces because that's what I normally do. I'm just like looking around at people. Who do I know? Who do I know? Don't know you. I just made eye contact with you. And if I do it again, then it's like... I'm facing this way now. It gets awkward at times, I swear. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry. That's right, that's not a stutter. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. That's what you just said. Not for any particular reason. Just... Oh, just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book? Ah. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. I haven't done that before, so... yeah. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me. Yeah, because she either bought both books at the same time yesterday, or she bought your book yesterday. But I decided to let it go. I mean, it's obvious. You just need to pay attention. I'll definitely start reading it soon. What was it? He didn't even say what it was about. Like, at least tell me what it's about so I can seem like I'm invested in this. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well... Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give something away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of... It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say that's pretty dark. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Once again, foreshadowing! Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Yeah. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Brandon? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories... They challenge you to look at life in it from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist... That's the truck. They're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem when I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. That's... I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Ah. That's... Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Ah! I don't know what that's supposed to be like. Okay. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. Yeah, that look on her face seems a little apprehensive at most. Like, what does he do sitting next to me? I'm scared. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. Yeah. It's not normal, but why is it like... Why would it make you nervous? Especially if you're both reading the same book. I guess I could just... Nah, I mean, maybe. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. Are they sitting side by side? I think that they are. That makes a little bit more sense, but not really. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but this feeling is somewhat comforting. Comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. Yeah, she's sitting next to him. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. She's gonna say sorry again, isn't she? Yes, I knew it. Because that happens with like a lot of people. It's like, you say sorry too much. Sorry. Sorry. I mean... Yeah. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's. Wait, was it not? Huh. Oh yeah, I guess it was like the desks in the back. Ah. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Yeah, that could... I feel like that would make it a little bit more awkward. I feel like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that kind of makes it difficult to turn the page. Yeah, I'd say so. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Details, people. Gotta write them down. Ah, I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Like, well, you said that before when you guys were sitting, like, sitting apart. Are you ready? Eh? Sorry, I still don't know how to read. I feel like it's gonna be the ongoing joke in that, is that I don't know how to read. To turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Yeah, considering that I don't know how to read, it'll be kind of difficult to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. Yeah, I have actually had this happen where I'll be like reading with somebody else and they take longer. I just kind of like sit around awkwardly. It's like you're kind of like glancing down, like trying to find out where they are on the page. You're just like, they're not there yet. Still not there yet. It's awkward, honestly. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. Let me continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. Wow, I'm using big words for somebody who can't read! We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Why are you having to describe this? Like, my thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Do you think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. I'm a very blunt person, but she also second-guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. Once again, big words for somebody who can't read. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But, Brandon, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing of you to think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't really know if you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. Ah! What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone! Okay, everyone! I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other! Okay, after we share the poems, we are going to go. Yeah, 29. Yeah. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. I was expecting there would be like a choice there. I don't know. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Mental notes do not help me. Gotta put a bookmark in there somewhere. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration, since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition book. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Sayori. I'm definitely more comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all. I feel like it would... I don't know what it would say about the rest of those. This is a good poem, Brandon. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. Kinda reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Boy! Girl! Sayori! Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Brandon. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? You did find the true meaning of Christmas, Mr. Grinch. Mr. Grinch. Trying new things like this for other people, that's something only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Ooh, we have actual poems now. Click outside poem area to... Oh, okay. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed. making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Perfect. Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait up until this morning to write this? No? Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be so mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast! Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. Get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Ah, yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it then. Okay, I feel like Natsuki's gonna be the last one we share the poem to. We don't know much about her. Monica, we kind of like are acquaintances with. Yuri, we kind of are acquaintances with now. Natsuki, don't know. So I normally go out to people I'm more comfortable with. So Monica or Yuri. Yuri. ... As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Eh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. I can't hear the inner thoughts of people. This is a first-person game. I'm gonna ignore that. You really didn't do anything wrong here, unless that was whispering. Eh? That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first... Oh, I thought that said this is actually my first time, actually. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant... Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason why I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thoughts, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well... Never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, is this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost Under the Light. I'm gonna read it in like movie note, intense voice. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Okay. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. I was thinking that it was like cursive that I was having difficulty reading. Not bad handwriting, just cursive. But it took you a long time to read. Ah. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. See? Eh? Canada? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. I don't really know what it meant. It's kind of like hopelessness of future, going back to the past. I don't know. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. It still doesn't change the fact that I can't read. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Uh-huh. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Brandon. Really? Yeah, why did you think it was a ghost, Brandon? What did you think this was? I must have totally missed the point. Like, was it the flickering back parts? Because honestly, that's more of just like feeling more than actually flickering back. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences into their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. I thought of it, because I write stuff. We're back in Canada. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah, I let it put down 20 words that were completely random. If anything, I'd probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You are in the literature club after all, and you have written more than me. Therefore, I would learn from you. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Brandon. Ah, me too. Monica. I don't really know Natsuki, so I'm gonna wait till last. Hi, Brandon. Oh, that's right, it's the high-pitched voice. Having a good time so far? I'm gonna hate doing this for as long as I'm gonna have to. Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. True. Anyway, wanna share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Brandon. I will not make fun of your poem. I swear. I keep doing that in this series. It's gonna catch me off guard when the twist happens. Just you wait. I'm gonna be like doing some stupid stuff and it's gonna be like, BAM! Everybody's dead. What? Don't worry, Brandon. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past. Oh yeah, that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Mm-hmm. Great job, Brandon. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. Ooh. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That's my voice. Why am I a high-pitched voice all of a sudden? That way it always counts when I put in some effort. It's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism? Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and indirect words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of their nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. Sorry, I'm moving the computer around. It's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. I hate doing forced laughter. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Ooh, this one has a little scrolly bar. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See? See? The direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No. I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So, what do you think? Strange? Oh, goodness! My dog's coming up here now. Jeez. So what do I think? I think it's interesting. It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Epiphany. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Rosie, get off that part of the computer. Thanks for listening. I think I'm done. No. Fine, Natsuki. Alright, hopefully my battery lasts. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Rosie, can you not sit on that part of the computer? Seriously. Not that you like it. Eagles can fly! Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. Yeah, I kinda didn't get the point. Brandon likes it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. It didn't hit me hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you doing great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Oh, that's what it meant. Okay, I can see that. Yeah, I understand. I understand now. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. Yeah, sure did. I thought it was just stating obvious facts. That's what I meant about... That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. And I'm leaving it here! So... Yep, because my battery's running low. So anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and say this. Leave it off here. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any other games you want to see me play in the comment section down below, be sure to say that in the comments. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.